Once Human just dropped its biggest update yet. It has opened up early access to a brand new scenario called Deviation, Survive, Capture, Preserve. This mode introduces new ways for players to interact with deviations. While once confined to the backpack or territory, now they can be studied, trapped, and fought in the wild. Players can craft capture grenades, build a team of 3 deviations, and test their squad in NPC arenas or in live PvP battles. As this is a scenario, you will need to create a new character or move an existing character onto a deviated secure server. This update also brings with it Fusion, a system that allows you to merge deviations or even combine them with animals or furniture to create strange new hybrids. This function is available in scenarios where you can build a fusion pod. You cannot currently do this in Raid Zone, and at the present, you will not be able to merge deviations in Eternal Land because there is no option to build the pod there. Many players have thousands of deviations stored in Eland, so this limitation has a major impact on how the feature can be used. If you want to see the pod get added to Eternal Land, make sure to give that feedback to Starry on their social media channels and during in-game surveys. With the new love and attention deviations are getting, there is no surprise Starry is cooking up something with Palworld. That something is the Palworld crossover that was revealed at Tokyo Game Show 2025. On October 30th, Pals from Pocket Pair's hit game will arrive in Once Human. The event includes a special crossover island that mixes Palworld's bright biomes with Once Human's gritty setting. Is this the map we currently have for Deviated Secure? Or is it something else? You can never be 100% certain with Once Human patches, but my personal belief is the map we are on is the one we will have for that October 30th celebration because it already has the gyms in place for the challenges. Previous press releases indicated players will be able to transform into Pals using event items, which gives them a new way to explore and fight. So far, 3 Pals, and I can't pronounce any of these, have been confirmed, with more teased. Best of all, the crossover Pals will be free to unlock, not stuck behind a paywall. For fans of both games, it's an easy invitation to jump in. Now, on the surface, this looks like a perfect collaboration. Once Human gets attention, Palworld reaches a new audience, and players enjoy seeing 2 survival games collide. But there is risk hiding under all the hype. Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have already sued Pocket Pair in Japan, claiming Palworld copies Pokemon's creature system. Nintendo has even secured new patents that cover how monsters are summoned into battle, which gives them a strong legal tool to go after anything that looks too close. This is where the danger lies. If the courts side with Nintendo, the fallout will not just be fines. Judges can issue injunctions that block updates, force the removal of features, or even ban content region by region. For Once Human players, that could mean losing access to PAL's mid-event or seeing the new island stripped of its crossover content. For Starry, it could mean pouring months of development into a feature that has to be legally erased. Part of Starry's confidence may come from geography. Starry and NetEase are based in China, where enforcement of foreign copyrights and patents is inconsistent. On paper, China is part of global agreements that say it must protect foreign rights. In practice, lawsuits brought by foreign companies often move slowly, they result in small payouts, or stall in the courts. That reality gives Chinese developers more freedom to push boundaries when their core audience is domestic. The flip side is that this shield does not extend beyond China's borders. Nintendo's lawsuits are already active in Japan, where the courts are far stricter and patent cases are taken very seriously. If Pocket Pair loses in Tokyo, Once Human's Palworld content could be pulled into the same legal net. That could trigger takedowns or blocks in Japan, the US, Europe, leaving the Chinese servers intact but cutting off their global players. The result would be a fractured community, with some regions enjoying the full crossover while others get left with an empty shell. Is this crossover a clever move, or is it poking the bear? From one angle, it is smart. The event builds hype, drives free press, and ties directly into new creatures to capture and the fusion system Starry just rolled out. Free Pals also make it easier for curious players to test it out without risk. From another angle, it is a gamble. Nintendo has already shown it is ready to fight over patents, and by teaming with Palworld, Starry and NetEase could be painting a giant target on their backs. But maybe that is the point. Sometimes studios stir controversy on purpose, as a way to signal ambition and prove they belong on the same stage as industry giants. If the crossover goes smoothly, it may mark a turning point where developers stop backing away from IP giants and start claiming their own space in the monster battle genre. If it does not, Once Human could become a case study in overconfidence, remembered more for the fight it picked than the event it built. Either way, this crossover puts Once Human at the center of one of its biggest debates in modern gaming. Who really owns the right to summon, capture, and battle with fantastical creatures?